Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build video. This is an apartment that I called Hello Spring because it is springtime, even though it's been spring for a little bit, but you know, life was lifing and I couldn't do this build any sooner. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the build and I'm just going to talk to y'all because I think I'm going to start doing that a little bit more in my speed builds, just you know, talk about life, talk about whatever, and go through the build. Since this is an apartment and it really didn't go to plan, it's giving what I was able to allow it to give, but I still like it nonetheless. So we're gonna talk about the apartment. Like I said, it's called Hello Spring. It is probably, if not 100%, 99.9% CC. This will not be up on the gallery since it does contain CC, but I had a fun time building it anyway. I haven't done a speed build in a very long time. Due to school, I haven't really been playing The Sims, so I thought in order to ease my way back in, we would just do a small apartment. Originally I wanted this to be really bright and colorful because for me, when I think of spring, I think of pastels, orange, green, pink, yellow, blue, like just everything bright and vibrant. However, one, I already have a build like that called Fruity Pebbles, and it doesn't mean that I couldn't have copied from it, but I didn't want this to be the exact same thing. Two, I don't know what happened to some of my CC. Like, I feel as though I had way more CC than I do right now. Now, I sometimes have a tendency to go on a little rampage and just delete stuff because I realized that I'll be using the same thing over and over and over again and I'll just delete it and then forget to download something else to replace it, or I really don't know what happens. But nonetheless, I made it work with what I have. So this place has 1 bedroom, 1 bath, no office. I always do an office. I decided to switch it up a little bit, and it's I do wish that it was a little bit more colorful, but I did also want it to be small because I haven't done a build in a really long time. So in the kitchen, I decided not to do an island. I decided to keep the kitchen white because I was highly inspired by Jackie Ina's kitchen on her Lavishly Jackie Instagram page. So I decided to do a white kitchen, and because I still wanted there to be a place to eat without having a separate dining table or a dining area, I decided to use the dining room table in the kitchen as like an island that is also a table. So you'll see that the chairs are only going to be on one side of the table so that the other side can be used as an island. And of course, this was real life. You could just move the chairs wherever you want. Later on, when we get to the actual decor part, you will see that I put 2 spare chairs in the corner just to give the idea that, like, you know, if you want to use those extra chairs for something, then you most definitely can. If you've been keeping up with my channel for a while, then you know that I usually lay all of the basic furniture first, like do the layout and just lay the important furniture, I guess, the big pieces. And then I'll go back in and do the wallpaper and the floor because I'd rather much try to match the wallpaper to the room than try to match, or the furniture, than try to match the furniture to the wallpaper. So I do it last so that I can have a clear vision of what I'm doing without any distractions from a floor color or the color on the walls or things of such nature. In the living room, you will see that I did it was more so the wallpaper colors. Like, I couldn't get the image together, the idea that I had in my head. I was just struggling a little bit to bring it to life, but nonetheless, I still think it looks nice. I used these sofas. I forget the name of it. Is it called like the modular sofa? It's the one that kind of looks like a cloud and it's very cute, and I see it everywhere. You will see the sofa that I decided to put down. That is by Harry. It feels Sandra, I believe. Yeah, I used to have my CC like memorized. It's not that I don't, but it's been a while. And then I just kept it very basic, very simple. Didn't want to overcrowd the place since it's small, but the main purpose of this build was to bring color since it is called Hello Spring. You will also see that the bedroom is simple. But I do like the way that it turned out. I like to put a lot of things on the floor, like artwork and flowers and all that fun stuff. So I did my best to do that around the place. I don't know why I like things on the floor versus on the wall, but I guess just to not overcrowd it, I tried to not put things on the wall since that's where your eyes will go first, and on the floor, it's just different. It's just funky, cool, and fresh, you know? So yeah, then I did put one little shelf that is the Hudson collection, the bathroom collection that I always use. And because all the other bookcases that I had were really big and I didn't want that. I mean, just a small little TV. I'm trying to think what else. The bathroom is also fun. I like it. I kind of struggled a little bit, but in the end, I think it came out really well. You will see screenshots at the end of this video, and yeah, I think that's pretty much the build. I did my best to also add a lot of decor. I just need to do like a CC refresh since it's been a while, but there are some things that I will not delete, like anything by Enostia, Enosta. Love everything that they make. So there are some things that I will just not delete and that you will just see over and over again because I am obsessed. And until I become unobsessed, we will see it. But it's fine. It looks nice nonetheless. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this apartment. I had a lot of fun building it. It didn't take me that long. I think it only took me about 2 hours to do this. And the reason it took that long is because I got stuck on the wallpaper. So, and I think I even cut that part out because, I didn't want to have you guys just see me flip through 50 different colors all the time. Like, boring, tomatoes. So, yeah. Anyway, let's talk about life. So, I graduated college on May 5th. Your girl walked across the stage. Let me tell you, the shoes that I had on were tearing my feet up, but they were cute though. And I just kept thinking about that Beyonce song Pretty Hurts. And I was like, I should have Band-Aid, because Band-Aid, the Band-Aid brand, they have Band-Aids that match different skin tones. So I should have put one of them on the back of my heel, because it did take some skin off the back of your girl heel, but it is okay. It is fine. It's all right. We will survive. Hey. But no, I was so excited. Like, my college journey, it took me 5 years to get my degree because I had to change majors, and I changed majors 3 times actually. More so because I was working the entire time that I was in college, so I wasn't always able to devote the appropriate amount of time to my studies. Failed classes, had to retake classes, and I had to stay an extra year. There is a point in my journey when I really didn't know when I was going to graduate, so I wasn't sure, but I knew that I was going to complete it eventually. And then when I found out that I'd be able to graduate in spring 2022, I was so excited. So the last week of school was always a little bit hectic because you're like, I got to make sure that I pass everything, even though I knew that I would, but still, there's still that underlying unknown bit, I guess, with those last few assignments to make sure that they're, the best that they can be so that you can pass. And yeah, we passed everything. I passed everything. We should be able to get our digital degrees or whatever, or our actual ones. I think that you have both. I don't know. At the end of the month, and frame that, put it up on the wall. So yeah, 5 years. Here I am. I'm very blessed. I'm very excited. I'm very grateful. And for anyone who is in school, it is a rough journey. There will be good days, there will be bad days, there will be classes that are easy that you could do with your eyes closed, and there are classes that you may need a little bit more help in. And those classes that you need help in, do not be ashamed to get help. Professors, not all of them, but majority of them are there to help you. You are there to learn. It is their job to teach. So if you need help, reach out for help. Even if it's not from the professor that you have, just do not be afraid to admit, I need help with this, because it is not fun retaking classes. Not even for the fact that it puts you, back towards your degree completion. It's just not fun. When you take it the first time, you be ready to be done. So, if you're stuck, reach out for help. Be patient with yourself. Take care of yourself, because I definitely had zero self-care. And my therapist, I have a therapist now, y'all. Well, I already had one, but now I got a long-term therapist, if you've been keeping up with my channel. Said that, I would burn out a lot because I never made time for myself. So she just told me, like, 1 day a week, do something that's not a distraction, that, because for me, distraction would be like video games, but she's like, no, like, go outside, go to the park, go for a walk, do something that's not a distraction. And when I tell you, it makes all of the difference, because you do not want to burn out. You really don't. So you got this. keep pushing on. I'm not going to say you're not going to be crying at 2 a.m. I'm not going to be saying it's going to be an easy road, but it is a road that is completable. And also, I have learned to break my schoolwork up into small pieces instead of big chunks, because it's way more digestible if you do it as a small piece than a big chunk. So I highly recommend that. And yeah, so I'm excited. So actually, starting next week, I do have to take some summer classes for the next leg of my educational journey, which I believe I'm gonna like keep y'all along with that journey. But I need to get accepted first. I have a podcast that's actually like not started yet, but I have been recording, but just not editing and uploading, called Necessary Talks. So you will hear about my journey over there, and I'll probably talk about it in these videos too. So it's some exciting times. We got a lot of moving parts. I myself have been growing as a person, working on the areas of my life that needed a little bit more help that allow me to grow into the person that I need to be, to, live out this part of my life. And I'm just so blessed. I'm so thankful for the people around me that have been supporting me, for my friends that I have, online resources that have come in clutch. And it's just a very exciting time. So I'm so happy. I'm so ecstatic. What else is going on? Yeah, so the channel. I haven't really, me and my YouTube channel have had bits of consistency, but a lot of inconsistency. And I'm trying to figure out how I can be consistent without overbearing myself. So you know how I just said I've been breaking things down into bite-sized pieces? Well, the YouTube is going to be the one that I break down into a bite-sized piece. So I have just been reducing my load, not trying to overbear myself and put too much pressure on myself to upload, knowing that it is not a promise that I am able to constantly fulfill. So also because of that, I realized that I kind of lost my touch with it. I kind of fell out of love with it because of, at first, YouTube was serving as a distraction for me, but now that I've been like working on myself, it no longer serves its purpose for me. So I had to think about why, like the core value of why I started doing this. And it was just because, well, for me, it was more so to try to blend Sims and regular like action adventure games, traditional, I guess you could say, like the Call of Duty and the Hellblaze and the whatever, all the other games that are like that I could list, but I can't right now for some reason, together, because I know the two are seen as two separate entities, and I love both equally. So I didn't want to just be a Sims YouTuber. I also didn't want to just be a YouTuber who only plays like those type of games, Resident Evil, Crisis, BioShock, like I said, Hellblade, Batman. Like I didn't want to just do that. I wanted both worlds to combine, and that was my reasoning. So I had to rethink about that, but also put my spin on it. And I think I kind of figured out what I want to do. I was playing games that were just coming out because it was popular, and I thought that's what you should do. And I'm not saying that's what you shouldn't do, but for me, it wasn't genuine. Because my cat is trying to come in. Get out. No. Okay. For me, it wasn't genuine because my heart wasn't in it. And $60, I spent a lot of $60 on these games. I'm going to go back and play in my free time so I can get my money's worth. But, I had to just reevaluate why I was doing what I was doing. So, yeah, but I think I'm good now. I think I'm just, I'm going to just start playing the things that I actually want to play, whether it's a new game, if it's an old game, I'm going to just play it. And if people watch it, that's amazing. And if they don't, that's fine. But at least I can say that I did it from the heart. I did it out of passion, and I didn't do it because I felt like I should be, or because that's what I need to do in order to grow. For Sims, I just kind of want to change my voiceovers a little bit and kind of make them like how the beauty girlies do, like chit chat, get ready with me. Well, I want this to be like chit chat speed build version, even though it's not speed build with me, but just speed build like how I'm doing right now. And we're just going to see how it works. And if people like it, lovely. If they don't, that's fine. I mean, I'm sure there's at least one person out there who will like it, so because it makes me happy and I want to do it, so I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's that on that. And I believe that that is all that I have to say. It is getting warm, so make sure you are drinking your water. Make sure you are wearing 100% cotton underclothes, okay? We need all the sweat. We need it to be absorbed. I know the non-cotton undies are pretty, but sometimes we just need cotton. Cotton undies can be pretty too. They gonna absorb it all. They gonna, they gonna do what they need to do. So make sure you do that. Take your vitamins if you can. Take your herbs if your doctor allows it. Make sure you eat well, stay hydrated. I sound like to my mom, but I say this to my friends all the time. We gotta keep the body. We gotta keep the body yaddy, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Oh, I've also been reading a book. I now get to fun read more since like school is done. So I still got to like school read, but yeah, but it's called a civil action. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I never even said what my degree was in. My degree is in environmental studies. I have a bachelor's of arts in environmental studies. So, I consider I'm an environmentalist. Yeah, because it's not you don't have to get a degree in it. So I'm an environmentalist. But I plan to expand that degree farther. So there's this movie with John Travolta called A Civil Action, where a civil lawsuit was brought to court. But someone told me that the book was better, so I brought the book on I brought it digitally. I forget which app I use, but I brought it digitally. But anyway, so I'm reading it. I'm not in it deep enough to let you guys know how it is, but so far so good. It seems pretty chill. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me in this voiceover. Stay tuned to the end to see screenshots if you have any questions or anything like that, whether it's about Sims or college life or life in general. Let me know down below and I will do my best to answer you. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.